Hi, everyone, and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who enjoy drinking and discussing anime. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Hannah, and we'll be watching Ouran High School Host Club. And just fair warning, we will be watching this as a dub and not a sub. Don't come at us. Other disclaimer is that there will be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, pause and watch the episode yourself and then come back and listen along. We will also be going over explicit content and we'll probably say some pretty explicit things, so listener beware, and it's to your own discretion.
We hope you enjoy. Pour yourself a drink and join us.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Hannah 2.0, a.k.a. Stephanie. I'm
Perfect.
good. Almost as good as you.
Oh, no, you're just as good.
Yes!
Yes,
Nailed it.
Queen.
Stephanie. I'm Stephanie.
Yeah, you're Stephanie. And Stephanie...
Tonight?
Tonight
we are drinking margaritas. Cinco de Mayo. Yes, today as we are recording, it is Cinco de Mayo for us, literally.
It's true.
I feel like usually we celebrate holidays that are not necessarily on the day of.
Yeah.
Today is actually Cinco de Mayo.
It really is, you guys.
And normally I don't do tequila because it makes me profusely vomit.
Yeah, just all of a sudden... Like
it is quite sudden.
It really was.
We've been good. And I'm at least, I'm basically another drink in since then. So I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think it's just been cheap tequila. Cannot do the cheap tequila.
Yeah, you gotta get that dank, $40 bottle of tequila or something.
Yeah, no, here we have got a nice Trader Joe's tequila. We're good.
Yeah.
So we had started with your traditional lime margarita. Mm-hmm. We are now on to strawberry margaritas. Mm-hmm. Our next margarita will be a passion fruit margarita.
Ooh.
So we have that to look forward to, which is nice.
Pulling out all the stops tonight.
Yeah, well, it's a big episode night. So we are on episode 23?
23.
Tamaki's Unwitting Depression. So what is this episode about?
Yes, so this is kind of a continuation of episode 22.
That's surprising. I feel like we haven't had many continuations of.
We actually... Maybe one other time, but I can't even recall that one.
Yeah.
So this is a very rare thing.
And it's a good one because I feel like we really got left off on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, we did. Because last episode, it ends in Bossanova accidentally opening the door and seeing Haruhi changing and thus discovering she's a girl. And so this is exactly where this episode picks up. But I'll read you the wiki.
I need it.
Yeah, we all need this.
Tell it to me.
Let's see if I can read all of this great. Okay. After Casanova realizes that Haruhi is a girl, he's terrified of being hurt by the host club, but promises to keep her secret. His fellas are confused because they still think Haruhi is a boy. When Casanova next visits the host club as a customer, he requests Haruhi, and because the other guests also think Haruhi is a boy, they become excited about a yaoi possibility. Tamaki is catatonic at the thought of Haruhi living as a mob wife, whereas Kyoya is thrilled because attendance at the club is up. The twins are furious with Tamaki for being useless in a crisis and Kyoya for being a money-grubbing enabler. Don't.
She's
don't
just
say
an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I love him for that. Casanova tries to tell Haruhi how he feels about her, but can't because he's shy and because others will see him as gay. Haruhi resolves the issue by saying they'll be great friends, causing the girls to feel a surge of moe, feeling that makes them rush to comfort him. Tamaki, however, confronts Casanova as an irate father, to which Casanova says he's not her dad. Reading that is just kind of a weird experience. Haruhi says Tamaki does act like her father, restoring Tamaki's fantasy, though Haruhi herself is oblivious to everything. And that is our little synopsis for this episode, you guys.
Yeah.
But I think when we were watching it, we were both thoroughly enjoying this episode.
Oh, we could synopsis this 10 times better. Let's do it.
So much better. So much better. And we will. We will do that.
Okay.
So...
Episode starts off
as Bossanova, still there, shell-shocked at the doorway, seeing Haruhi, like, half-naked, practically.
Yeah, she had full bottoms on, didn't she?
Yeah. She was just either putting on or taking off, like, her
Like,
her
it was
top.
taking her, like, a million years to put a shirt
So long.
from on top of... It was, like, already... Like, her arms were already in the armholes.
Yeah, she was just
and
like...
it was over her head, because that's the sexiest way to put on a shirt.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is as long as the shirt is, like, fully over your head. It's not, like, adjacent to your head where your arms... You guys can't see me.
No.
I am mimicking
This is very
to
visual.
Hannah. I am mimicking to Hannah with arm signals.
Yeah.
So my arms are either above my head,
Yeah.
which is the ultimate sexy way to put on a shirt.
Yeah, just, whoo, you just
Your
got
arms
that.
straight up. Or you do it like a normal person, an unsexy person.
Right, you're not trying to impress anyone. It's just you in the room.
And you just stick your arms through like a normal person, not above your head.
Mm-hmm.
And then once your arms are through the armholes, you just like pull the shirt through the head hole where your head belongs.
Yeah.
And it takes you all of 0.5 seconds
It should.
to do.
It
Unlike
should.
Haruhi with her gigantic brains that has
big
given
ol'
her all the ability to go to this prestigious school, but
Yes.
she can't put on a shirt any faster.
No, it takes her
than
a good
anyone else.
15 minutes, clearly.
And then while she's arms in the air, shirt around her arms, cannot muster the strength to pull the shirt over her head. Someone walks in and her arms still above her head. She looks over irritatedly. Get out!
Yeah, what the
She
heck?
says. Instead of taking that split second to just finish pulling her shirt on her body. Which I feel like is so quick. Like, if I had to quickly pull a shirt on, I could do that in a split second.
Oh, absolutely.
And she's over here like deer in headlights. Get out! Like, she's so offended that this could happen.
And she pauses there. Like,
she didn't even lock the door, and she's so offended that this happens. Come on, girl.
Like, not even a barricade in front of the door or something.
She didn't even put a chair up behind that door.
And she should have.
Just did nothing.
Because what the fuck?
And then she just wants to be irritated.
I know. And of course, being a dude who at first was questioning his sexuality.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, Haruhi's a boy. And then finding out that Haruhi is in fact a girl. Like, there is probably, like, 2006, so, like, probably relief, like, oh, okay, was girl, so I'm good. But
Yeah.
but because of this discovery, Bossanova is then confronted by basically the whole host club. When he shuts the door, the twins are very aggressive towards him and like, you peeping Tom, blah, blah, blah. Which, like, okay, yes, because Haruhi is a girl. Technically, I mean, not really a peeping Tom. It was an accident.
Right.
But, because Bossanova was thinking, oh, it's a dude, like, it's not going to be a big deal if I just walk in.
Right.
So, like, of course...
It wasn't intentional.
Definitely wasn't intentional. So, for the twins to be like, oh, that peeping Tom, it's like, what? He didn't know Haruhi was a girl, but okay, fam, like, chill.
We all gotta be mad at him because he saw a piece of Haruhi we all want.
Her backside.
She's got nothing really going for her.
No.
Except for the fact that she's cool as a cucumber, mostly because I feel like she has no thoughts behind those eyes.
Yeah, I would agree to that. Like, I truly don't know how she got to where she is. Because she's kind of... We don't, because they don't study anymore. They just host club. Like, it's a legit business. She's going to work. They're all going to work at the host club.
Right.
In high school. So, I don't know. So that was, like, really extreme. And they're, like, bullying Bossanova a little bit. And he's just panicking, like, ugh, And then... I can't remember who, but one of the host club members is like, like, so do you like her or something now that it's a girl? And he's
you like her?
Like, his brain just goes dumb.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
And that's...
Do you like her?
Do you like her?
Do you think she's pretty?
Do you want to kiss her? You want to
hug her and marry her. Exactly.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And that's when Tamaki, his brain explodes and he becomes catatonic, because he's like, oh no, someone else likes Haruhi. How dare they? Even though, like, every character that has run into her has fallen in love with her anyways. So, but apparently Bossanova is the real trigger for Tamaki.
It's different.
It's different. He's different.
He's outside of the host club.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
So Tamaki is just like, instead of like being super aggressive about it, he just goes into a catatonic state where he's just sitting in a corner, like, instead of even growing mushrooms, he's just sitting there like white as a ghost, and just dead. Just dead. And the twins are like, you can't stand for this, come on, shake it off. And it really doesn't. And Kyoya, at that point, is like, listen, Bossanova, what you saw needs to be kept a secret, and here's why you're going to keep it a secret. And does his logical intimidation that he's so good at. So sexy. It really is. I'm here for it.
Yeah, so he entrances us all with his authoritative masculinity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it.
Oh, so good.
Tell me what to do, daddy.
Absolutely.
He's the real daddy.
He is. He's not mommy. He's daddy.
Which technically is like a mommy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Telling us all what to do.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just super in charge.
Okay. Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, okay, I'll agree. And I will keep Haruhi's secret safe forever. And he goes home, and for some odd reason, this whole revelation thing like, makes him not eat for a couple of days. And all...
That was very random.
Very weird. Because I'd just be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go about my life.
Right.
But, you know, like...
Yeah, no, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, very strange. And all the right-hand man and, like, everyone else in the gang was like, oh, boss, why aren't you eating? And...
They were like, what, Hannah?
Boss, why aren't you eating?
I'm dying. That was so funny. But yes, it's true that it happens.
True. They were panicking that this, like, 16-year-old boy wasn't eating.
Yeah, no, heard.
You know, okay, boss's son, like, okay, you're kind of worried.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Bossanova's being pretty dramatic with that.
I hate when that happens.
Right? Just, like, eat.
Heard.
Just eat. Unless you have the stomach flu, like, then maybe don't.
Thanks, Hannah.
PSA for everyone out there. So
suffice to say, Bossanova is full obsessed with Haruhi.
Fully obsessed.
Obsessed.
Yeah, he's just like, I vow to keep Haruhi's secret safe, and like even writes it like down his arm with like a Sharpie, because like,
oh yeah, like he's now as serial as Tamaki is.
Yeah, like maybe even more so,
because he wrote it in Sharpie on his body,
like down the length of his arm.
Now, before we continue talking about this, Renge emerges.
Yes.
As she has not done for like the past 2 episodes that we've seen her.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Renge has been presented in the anime, but she has not emerged.
In her glorious fashion.
She finally emerged on her spinning pedestal up in the middle of the host club.
Yeah.
To give her little Renge insight about what's happening with the club.
Yeah.
As she saw the Bossanova Haruhi situation unfolding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this is like the next day, right?
Right.
And he comes into the host club.
So serial.
So serial.
I'm here for Haruhi.
And everyone was shocked because
they were
like,
they were shooketh.
Is this it? Is this it, fam?
It's the moment.
It's the moment where we'll finally get our yaoi thing, because Haruhi is boy.
Hannah, tell us what that means. For anyone who doesn't understand.
Yaoi.
I'm not saying it because I don't understand, but because I don't understand.
Okay.
Give me details.
Okay.
Graphically.
Okay, I can do that for you.
As much detail as you can. You can't show me a picture because someone else will show me a picture. You have to describe it.
I will. But I also...
Give me my mental visual.
Oh, you will get all the visuals. And one of my favorite things about yaoi is... Okay, yaoi is just a brief definition. Yaoi is basically boy-on-boy love. And so it's...
Does it have to be sexual?
It gets very sexual. It can.
It can, it always is.
It always is, to be honest. It's boy-on-boy love. And one of my favorite things...
yes, tell me your favorite thing.
It's technically like a meme thing. Like, okay, I'll preface this first. Because you are very much... in the magical girl shoujo land. And you know how Sailor Moon has the really long legs?
Yes.
And they call that shoujo legs. Because the legs are kind of like obscenely long for the body.
Like crazy,
size. Like crazy. Well, there is...
What? Is it like a super long penis? Can you show me?
No. But there is a thing with yaoi.
There's a thing that's really long? Show me the long thing.
It's really big.
I want to see the long thing. Show me the big long thing.
Okay.
I was expecting so many things and this was not.
it's okay for y'all at home.
No, don't tell
y'all
them. You guys have to subscribe and watch and like. What is it? Wait, let me see it again. Wait, that's a girl with that dude.
You don't know that.
It looks like a female chick.
Well, they tend to do that.
Oh my gosh. Why? I don't understand for what purpose.
It's just is what it is. It's just part of the genre. You just have to have obscenely big appendages.
Oh my gosh. If I look at you like this, Hannah, this is exactly
really
what it
is.
looks like. I could just take this screenshot for... No, I hate it. I'm done. I don't want to say more.
It's so funny.
I don't understand.
It kills me every time.
Oh my gosh.
And should I just explain what you just saw?
Fine.
Okay.
Give the milk away for free, Hannah. Give it away. Tell everyone what they want to know.
Are we really gonna...
Yeah, no, we're letting them milk us. Milk us, guys.
Okay.
Keep milking us.
You know what? It's fine. I'll save it for...
No, it's fine,
I'll
Hannah.
put it behind a paywall.
Hannah, you want to give the milk
paywall.
away. Give the milk away.
Oh, okay.
You just gave me the milk. Give the milk to everyone else. It's fine.
Oh,
we're all
should
here.
I not have milked you?
No, we're here for a good milking.
Okay.
Are we here for a good milking, guys? Let's let Hannah milk us.
Milk.
Okay, no. So
okay.
tell us.
Okay. So
What did you just show me? 10 pictures of.
As I said, shoujo has shoujo legs, and what I showed Stephanie is there is a theme with yaoi manga that the male characters have the biggest hands, like obscenely not proportionate.
Not even big in the sense of like fat.
Right. They're
just disproportionate to the body.
Like they are half a person in size.
They're like a quarter of a human being's existence.
They take up half of a page if they were drawn.
Like it was over one person's head when it was covering a person's head and their face.
It looks like they have hand cancer.
It was insanity.
Like they're just
I can't.
And it is.
I can't.
It is my favorite thing.
Hannah easily pulled up for me like 10 photos and just kept swiping and showing them to me. You guys are my witness. I was like, no, enough. Hannah, no.
Don't more.
Don't pry my eyeballs open. I can't see anymore.
But you laughed, and that's the important
It's because
part.
it was so ridiculous.
Did it make you uncomfortable?
No, I wasn't uncomfortable.
Are you sure? Are you sure? That is a whole...
I'm sure I'm not uncomfortable. I'm just sure that I think it's weird as fuck. Okay, so anyways.
Oh,
so
wait. One more. Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
So we've got our weird, creepy-ass hands.
Yeah, we do.
We have Renge emerging.
Yes.
We have Bossanova fully proclaiming, not proclaiming.
Yeah.
He's here for Haruhi, which he thinks at this point is still another dude up until he has realized it wasn't a dude, but he's here to see her, but he's willing to put on the fact that he's here to see a man for the public image because he's keeping her secret.
Right. Even though, like, technically he could have totally done all of this in private, but here we are. He decides to...
I mean, why do that when you could do it publicly? At a high school in front of many other people.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it seemed like he was resigned with the fact that he's like, you know what, I'll be, like, labeled as gay, but okay.
But I'm willing to do it.
Yeah.
For my Haruhi.
Really throwing everything away.
So Tamaki, who has been sulking for the
so
better
long.
part of this episode, has finally decided he has to be proactive. He has to do something.
Yes.
So Bossanova, as we're calling him, right? Bossanova is sitting. He's waiting for Haruhi. Haruhi comes over and is just trying to make polite conversation.
Right.
She's being friendly because she's like, oh, I know you.
It's good to see you here.
I know you. I've walked with you once upon a tree. Like, this is her. Yeah. She's just like, I know you. Like, we can be friendly. We don't have to be so formal. We can be cool. Like, whatevs. And so Tamaki, he's finally, the twins have been in his ear. He snapped out of it. And he's like, my baby, my daughter, I have to go save her. I don't know why I'm trying to do this. Put on a country accent. So he goes, and subtly, while Haruhi and Bossanova are having conversation, is just like side tiptoeing all the way in between them, where they're sitting on a couch, like a couch sofa, whatever, love seat.
Very fancy.
He gets in between them, my favorite part, and he sits down in between the two. Haruhi just picks him up and lifts him up and over, so he's no longer sitting between them. And then is like, here, when I most recently was buying instant coffee, the grocery store gave me this free doodad.
Yeah.
And I think that this doodad should belong to you. Why don't you try to figure out this doodad?
Like, how do you unhook these things?
Right. So it was like, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but like for the US, it's very popular to have those like magic trick like metal objects.
Oh yeah,
and there's two like rings or just two metal objects stuck together, like triangles, squares, whatever.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
And they're just stuck together, and like the magic is trying to pull them apart without breaking them.
Which I'd be like, fuck that.
Yeah, so like there's a very scaled down version of this where it's like those metal objects, but it's very small. It's like a, maybe not a kid version, but like a trial version where it's just like a sample version of what it could be. You gotta work your way up
to the serious rings.
And so she's like, here, just like work on this. And instead of being able to pay attention to anything that's happening with Haruhi, all we see is a close-up of Tamaki with his like pupils fully dilated. His weird ass face as he's trying to pretend like everything's okay when everything is not okay.
Not okay.
He's got these little magic trick like pieces of metal, and he's like chick 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 chick,
he's going for it
before he finally manages to like unearth them from each other, and he's like, triumph, I've done it. And Haruhi's like, great, now maybe you could just put them back together again.
Yeah, go do that while I'm having a conversation. The adults are having a conversation,
Oh
Tamaki.
my gosh, it was so funny. Because I remember those. I mean, the trick things.
Sure.
I feel like growing up in the 90s, especially like the 90s, 2000s, those trick things were all the rage.
Oh, magic was huge
like,
back then.
Like, even with card tricks, like playing with like a magic card deck where it was like visual effects, those metal things. I remember multiple times people within my own family gifting each other like a bottle of wine, but it was like in a magic trick like box, like a wooden box, like you would have to like open the box in order to like get the thing. Like, it was just a very in. I think I even had one that was like a circular thing that had like a marble.
Oh, yeah.
And like you had to put the like metal marble like through this circular thing. And of course, nobody was gifting me a bottle of wine. I was now just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Like, that was my gift.
Absolutely.
My gift was just the satisfaction of getting the ball where it needs to be.
Like, I win. I can do magic.
But not really. But yes.
Yeah. But yeah, like when you're a kid, absolutely.
It was a very big deal then.
Oh, for sure. Like, I remember there were nights, like, my parents had company over, and I was, like, maybe 7, 8, 9 years old, and they'd have company over, and I'd be, like, cooped up in my parents' room, because they had a TV with, like, some cable, so I'd be able to entertain myself. And there'd be times when, like, a magic show was on, and I'd be, like, so hyped. I'd be like, yeah! And, yeah, magic was big back then.
Yeah, definitely. Like, 90s, 2000s. Guys, give us a shout out if you remember any of these things. Or the magic tricks that, like, really pulled one over on you.
Yeah.
We want to know about that, because I can't be the only one that was super amazed by this.
Right. No,
like these magic tricks, I was here for them.
It. Yeah.
Okay, so Tamaki sits between Haruhi and Bossanova. Haruhi immediately moves Tamaki over and is like, no, here, play with these random metal things that I got for free.
And that's about the time when Bossanova's like, Haruhi, listen to me. I have something to say.
Tell me, senpai. I have no idea what you mean. Look at my little doe eyes. I have no thoughts behind these blank eyes.
No thoughts. Which is very true.
Tell me, blink, blink.
And Bossanova's like, Haruhi, I...
Blink, blink.
I...
Blink, blink. Blinking intensifies.
Have something to tell you.
Blinking intensifies times 10,000.
And he just pauses, like, really awkwardly. And all of the girls in the background are just, like, on edge. They're like,
they've all had, like, 8 million orgasms. They're done.
At this point,
they're done.
They are just exhausted beyond belief.
Heard.
And finally... Haruhi's like, oh, I know what you're gonna say. You just more or less like are excited to get to know each other as good friends, you know. And all the girls are just
down.
Yeah, all those girls were just like, oof, fam. But then
I feel it too. That
sucks.
It hurts.
But like also, like. I just, in certain shows...
Tell us what you really think, Hannah.
Tell us. Like, it makes sense that there's an attraction at first sight. I believe in that 100%. Attraction at first sight.
Sure.
But I always have a hard time believing that you can go from... first meeting someone and then the next day being like, I have deep feelings for you. You know, like I need to confess. Well, of course, because
that's not real life.
It's not real life.
But this is anime.
I know.
So what happens in anime?
It stays in anime.
Okay. Mostly that.
Mostly that.
I was just going to say that anime time just works like 20 times faster than every other time.
I guess so.
So imagine that first encounter and then having 20 more encounters and then this encounter happens.
Then it's a little bit more believable.
A little bit more.
A little bit more because like, I mean, at least from my experience, I mean, granted I was not like a huge go-getter when it came to like confessing or like feeling things.
She is now.
I am such a go-getter.
Such a go-getter. She totally is.
No, absolutely
She's shaking
not.
her head, yes.
Are we ASMRing?
Yes.
Hot. Milk. Anyways.
I'm not done.
I don't even know where my head is at anymore. I keep getting distracted by milk.
Wow, that's interesting. I thought you were going to say margaritas.
I mean,
that's a margarita. That's
part
not
of
milk.
The problem.
It's a milky margarita.
Ew.
That sounds so gross.
Bad.
That sounds the worst.
Terrible.
A margarita with milk in it.
How dare you?
It's a horchata margarita.
No, so like, I don't even know what I was saying. Help. No, like, so to me, it's just a wild, like, turn of events where it's so fast. And so it was actually very logical for Haruhi to be like, that we're going to be great friends, that we're going to get to know each other and be great friends.
But I feel like Haruhi's thing is kind of writing every single person off as a friend. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely that.
And is it because she thinks of everyone as a friend?
She has no game.
Like that's her cinnamon roll type. Is she just thinks of no one as more than a friend? Because at her age and demographic, and with the variety of attention she's received, shouldn't there logically be someone that she's more interested in? Because at this point, it's not even men who have been hitting on her.
Right.
It's equal amount and maybe more women as well.
Yeah.
So shouldn't there at this point be someone that she's at least been remotely interested in? Like, actually, I would love to know more about you. And I feel like we just never get that with her, which is...
No.
And I'm not saying that it's wrong in high school age to not have deeper relationships. I'm not saying it's wrong to have, like, nothing but friendships. I think that that's great if that's what you can be doing.
Right.
I'm just asking, is it realistic that that's all you could really be doing when you're at that age? With that much attention being received.
I mean, it's almost like she's so even-keeled to a fault.
Right.
Because it's kind of like, you know, a real high school girl is going to be in that land of raging hormones and, like, unsure of what people actually think of her. So in the real world, a girl would either be like, do they really like me? Or are they just playing games with me?
But she's not a real girl. So we know she has no thoughts like that.
No. So I think it's kind of like, I don't know, like she's almost presented as our asexual, like, heroine. You know?
Not even just asexual, but, like, has zero desire.
Yeah, that's literally, like...
Oh, is that asexual? I thought asexual just meant that, like, you don't care which...
It's more of a, like, there's no sexual tension that they feel either way.
Hannah's educating me right now. I don't know. I don't know these things.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those things, like, asexual is just kind of this, like, you don't really feel attraction to anyone. You know, and I mean, I've known people that have been in a relationship with someone that's asexual, and like, it's very challenging in a lot of different ways.
Oh. Was it me?
Just kidding. They're not supposed to know about that. No, it's definitely got its challenges, because that would be really hard to be in a relationship with someone that's asexual, because it's like
literally and figuratively.
They literally don't desire you on a sexual level. Like, they might be interested in you as a person, but there's not a level of intimacy there. And so she definitely comes off this way of, like, either so oblivious or so asexual, or even both, that she's just not into anyone.
Yeah.
Or, you know, because I think if you had that barometer of at least being into one person, that she could be recognizing the signs.
Right.
That they're all interested.
And that's what I'm saying. Is like we're missing all of that.
Yeah.
Because she's missing all of that.
She is. She's missing every single one. Like, if she was up to bat in a baseball game, she's struck out, like, completely.
Like 8 million times.
So many times. Like...
Yeah, it's game over for her.
Yeah,
Coach
she's done.
is never putting her back in the game.
Yeah, she's absolutely benched forever.
Yeah. Heard.
That's what you do when you're oblivious. You get benched, baby. So that's where she's at. She's just our little boring Haruhi.
Love it. I wonder what's going to happen next episode.
Me too.
I hope that Bossanova is a permanent character. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, for the next 3 episodes. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Baka, bye.